Well, in a pilot project to open a new sea route for aid to Palestinians amid the ongoing war in Gaza, a ship carrying 200 tons of aid has departed from Cyprus. This is the first ever aid ship to deliver basic essentials to Gazans who are on the brink of famine. This comes on the backdrop of stalled ceasefire talks during the holy month of Ramadan. The charity ship named Open Arms sailed out of the Larnaca port in Cyprus, towing a barge containing food, flour, rice and protein. This aid has been funded by the United Arab Emirates and Cyprus. The journey from the port to Gaza takes about 15 hours. However, a heavy tow barge could nearly take 2 days to reach the Gazan Strip. The ship will dock along the coast of the northern Gaza Strip at a pier built by the US-based charity World Central Kitchen, or the WCK. Now, with the lack of the port infrastructure, the WCK said it was creating a landing jetty in Gaza with material from destroyed buildings and rubble. Cyprus said its maritime corridor offered a fast-track workaround to getting aid delivered where needed. It also invited agents from the US, Israel and European Union to get involved in the vetting process of the shipments. The EU president expressed her support for the shipping, saying that all routes must be used to get aid to Gaza.
The situation on the ground is more dramatic than ever, and it has reached a tipping point. We have all seen the reports of children dying of starvation. This cannot be, and we must do all in our power to stop it. Everybody knows how difficult it is to move aid into and within Gaza. All routes have to be used to reach people in need. And this is where the maritime corridor comes into play.
And this is a separate initiative from the US's announcement last week, which included plans to build a temporary pier to facilitate and deliver by sea. The US military said its vessel, the General Frank S. Basin, was also en route to provide humanitarian relief to Gaza by sea. The development comes after aid groups and experts raised concerns over airdropping humanitarian aid, which they claimed was expensive, inefficient and led to civilian deaths in Gaza. Starving Palestinians in northern Gaza queued up to fill their pots at the makeshift kitchen set up by volunteers on the first day of Ramadan in Jabalia at the refugee camp. Many in the isolated northern Gaza region have resorted to eating animal feed.
Despite the siege, malnutrition at the beginning of Ramadan and the famine in northern Gaza, our children have been unable to find anything to eat until now. There is no food, no drinking water and no flour. All these children need nutrition, financial and humanitarian support. We call on all Arab countries and all mindful people, presidents, officials and anyone with a human conscience to care for these children in regards to starvation and famine. We don't have anything to eat.
The UN Food Programme Chief has warned that if the frequency of aid supply does not increase, northern Gaza will face famine. Palestinian Health Ministry says more children in northern Gaza are now dying of dehydration and malnutrition. The UN estimates that a quarter of over 1 million people in Gaza are at the risk of starvation. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.